welcome you all who have joined us here with our series Out of the Office. And today, Bill Tilman from Abaco is going to show us how we can use the BusTools 1553 demo software to be able to get ahead of being out of the office. And Bill, welcome.
Yeah, hi, Bill. I have up here just one of the software products we have is actually just a demo version of our BusTools 1553. If I bring that up, this is not the full product, but almost the whole thing. So we do throw up there a flash screen that says, hey, here's the things that it doesn't do. But here's kind of the way it comes up as a full up running product. It really is the whole product. We've got it in a demo mode, so there's a couple things it won't do. And when it comes up, this is kind of what shows once you get that first splash screen. And it comes up in a mode of running. So you see things are green, and that means something's happening on the 1553 bus in this mode of operation. I'm actually going to turn it off to. Yeah.
When we're looking at this, what are these? What are all these small little boxes all over the screen? Can you give us just a quick view of what we're looking at?
Yeah. So one of the items, first thing and in charge of the world, is the bus controller. So the bus controller, where my cursor is at. The next one is the bus monitor. Then all these other boxes are all the other 31 different RTs that could be on the 1553 bus. So that's those. The green ones are ones that are running. Red means there's an error. Yellow means there was a quick error or something going on.
And so I don't need to have all these other RTs up on my screen. Is that
right?
True, or do I need to have them all pictured there?
Right. You don't have to have them all. Even if we don't have any of them, we can add them back in pretty easily. But for today, we're going to kind of just play with the bus controller. So I'm going to turn off all of these, and I'm going to clean up this screen just to make it look a little prettier, cleaner, something so we can see what's going on and concentrate on one piece of it here. For today, we're going to look at bus controller only. Here's where a blank sheet of paper. There's nothing in the bus control list. We start with a major frame, and a major frame is basically 1 second. Then we can add a minor frame. Then we need to add some messages into that minor frame. And I'll add 3 messages. We can then go, I like to do it this way anyway, is to create my messages and then go change them into the type of message that I want to see. So I want the first one to be a BC to RT. I would like the second one to be an RT to BC. And the last one, I want to make it a mode code. Then I'm going to go fill it in. In this case, I want to create something simple. I'm going to talk to only RT number 2. And I can do the RT number either by typing in the value, or I can use the pull down list. I kind of like the just typing in the value. And so I just kind of go through this sequentially and change each value one at a time. You'll find your own rhythm to this. In this case, a real simple list.
So what we've got here is that we basically have in our one large frame. We've encased it inside a minor frame, but it's just really one large frame. And if I want to really have minor framing, where I've got some messages that go out in frame 1, some messages that go out in another frame, how do I add another frame?
Another frame would be added, at this level, we're allowed to add a minor frame.
So we got to go back up there and tap. Okay.
Right. Good. Back to the major frame, and we add that at the top. So from the major frame level, we can add the next level, which would be a minor frame. So we have to put some kind of message in it. So I'll throw one in there. So now I've got really 3 minor frames. These minor frames will go out at this minor frame rate of 10 hertz. So the major frame typically is 1 second. The minor frames, in this case, we're going to run it at 10 hertz. So each minor frame will run to the end, it'll stop, and then wait until the next 100 milliseconds and start right at 100 milliseconds. The next one's going to start at the next 100 milliseconds to give us our minor frame rate. So I'm going to actually remove these for now and go back to where we have just one minor frame, keeping it pretty simple here. And really at this point, I've created all of my messages. I've got RT number 2. Well, I haven't defined the word count, so I'm going to create those for the moment. We'll go take a look at what these look like here in a second. And for the mode code, I picked transmit last command here. So that is a drop-down box that we can use. So now I have a major frame with a minor frame, and then we want to have in this case, I'm going to create a go-to where this is going to jump back to the front message. So it comes back to minor frame.
So that keeps us running then.
Yeah, that'll just keep things running forever. So one of the nice things about this is now I've got these minor frames. I don't have any data in them, but to be able to view this a little bit easier, a lot of times it's nice to see it in a text format. So we can do this down here, there's bus list options. We can export that list into, I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to overwrite one of my previous files I've been playing with, and then go into there and load that up. So here we are. So I did my export, and then if I bring up another file explorer, if I just go to the recent files, I've got that file at that top list, and then I can go to that file location and go right. And so now I have all of those files that I might be dealing with right now, and open that file. It's just a text file, so it shows me everything that's in that file. So I currently don't have a message buffer defined, but here's all my messages. Message 1 on bus A, it's a command, receive type command, and then RT number 2, subaddress 2 with a word count of 2. The next command is a transmit type command. RT number 2, subaddress 4, word count of 4.
This is just an export, right, of what we just created? Right. You're good. Can you clear out your screen and basically put this file right next to that bus control list so people can see that it's...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's see, how's the best way to show this. So here's this list right here. So this would be great for documentation right here. And here's my BC message 1. Yeah, BC to RT, then an RT to BC. Here's a received message. RT number 2, subaddress 2, word count 2, 2 and 2. The next one is message number 4, and it is a 244. And here's message number 4. It's a transmit type to RT number 2, subaddress 4, word count of 4.
It's the exact same thing. We've got some secrets here and showing you how to use this further and how to make your life a lot easier if you're doing a lot of repetitive type messaging. And we're going to have to show you that in the next video, because you can make changes to this and then you'll be able to import it back in. There is one other feature we'd like to show you here that just to let you know that it exists. Now, Bill, in my LinkedIn post, I said that, hey, you can use this software without even having Abaco hardware, and I think we've shown that that's pretty important. That you can create almost anything you want, and it's not Abaco hardware dependent. For your documentation or for setting up where you want to go with your bus. But if I have Abaco hardware and I need to create a bus controller. What can I do with this?
Well, if you are using some of our cards, one of the things we do have down here at this bottom is a code generator. So we can actually generate the code that creates these messages. And we'll show you in another session of this that we will actually create data buffers and put data in them. But for now, we can generate code, and we bring up a little widget that allows us to create that demo code. And I'm going to actually give it a name, demo BC code, what the heck, and dump it out as a .c file, and then we'll go look at that. So if I go back over...
Bill, this is not any pseudocode. This is actual C code.
Right, this is C code. And let me just bring it right on up. I will bring it into Notepad again. And so here is that code. This is just the BC. So we're initializing the BC. This is a function call to initialize the bus controller. And then we start generating the message itself. So the message number and a message next. There's the BC control message, channel A. We're going to put it on channel A. And there's a frame beginning marker.
I think, Bill, from the standpoint that this is very cool, and at this point in time, you know, it's important for them to know that we can do it. So what I'd say is that Bill's done a great job of showing us here how we can export it and actually have C code. And what we want to show you in another video is exactly what the detailed information here is that would be standard parts of working in C and making calls to interact with the Abaco hardware. And then what can you do with this? And how do you actually make it into an executable that's complete and ready to go for when you get back into the lab? And so we've shown a couple of things here. We've shown you how to get to the product. We've shown you what the product looks like when it fires up, how to navigate around the bus controller bus list area, how easy it is to load in the new messages. Showing you three features. One is how to create the bus list. Second one is to go ahead and I like jumping numbers. It makes life easier. But the second part is that how you can export the bus list, use that for documentation, for creating a bigger bus list or other nefarious deeds, and then of course the code gen, which allows you to create C code to use with Abaco hardware. This has been great. There's so much more we could learn here and show you. I mean, there's all kinds of unique ways of labeling messages and be able to reuse them, and labeling data buffers and be able to use them and creating ICDs and all that. And you'll see those in future presentations here of how to get started on your 1553 bus controller and data bus architecture when you're out of the office. Hey, Bill, thanks so much for showing this to us. And then, of course, the upcoming videos that we have to go a little bit deeper. So this is, and at the end of the video, I want you to make sure that you can see, again, where to go to download this. And if you're going to have questions of contacting Bill or myself, there is the BusTools 1553 Analyzer. And that's where you go and just come right here to where it says Downloads. And right there, Demo Training. And it's right in the center of the screen right now. And that's where you go. So, hey, Bill Tilman, thank you so much for joining us here. And this is Bill Schuh with Dualos, and this is Bill Tilman with Abaco.
Abaco Systems. Yeah. Thanks for joining us in our session today. We'll be back.
Thanks for that. And we're out of the office.